Hey, what's up YouTube? It's abluegolfball here today with another Pokemon TCG online video, and today I have for you guys a Whimsicott deck. It's going to be the 70 HP Fairy type Pokemon with Windy Mischief and Rolling Tackle. We're not going to be doing Rolling Tackle. We're going to be focusing on the Windy Mischief. Move all damage counters from one of your bench Pokemon onto your opponent's active Pokemon. And the way we're going to be doing this is to deploy Wailord EX onto the active spot and take hits for us with the 250 HP Wailord EX here. Just tanking here, taking the hits in the active spot, and then we will use the Fairy Garden to bring him back with the free retreat for 4 energy costs for retreat. That's ridiculous. We'll retreat him into the Whimsicott and use Windy Mischief for only 1 energy, and that would be the plan of attack. So we will have just 2 Shamans here for setup and to give us a little bit more of consistency with drawing cards, and that's it. That's going to be the main idea of the deck. I mean, Wailord taking hits, Whimsicott hitting for Windy Mischief, and that's it. So on to the item cards and whatnot. We do have 2 battle compressors here to thin out the deck and also take out supporters that we don't need to see anymore, or supporters that we need with VS Seeker, things like that. We have Crushing Hammer. The intent with Crushing Hammer is, you think about, don't you want energies on your opponent to attack your Wailord? Yes, you do. But the problem with this is that you want to take out energy cards from your opponent's Pokemon on the bench, all right, on the bench or the active too. Okay, could be the active as well to slow your opponent down, but on your bench, that's the key. Because the problem is this: Wailord EX takes hits for you, survives. You switch into Whimsicott, Windy Mischief, knock out their Pokemon, right? But they have a big EX on the bench ready to go, knock out your puny little 70 HP Whimsicott. Now that's terrible. That's why you need Crushing Hammers to eliminate energies on the bench from your opponent's side, and that way they won't exactly have something to respond right away. So that's gonna be the intent with that. We'll have Dive Ball here just to get the Wailord. We'll have 1 energy retrieval since we're gonna be really short on energy. We're gonna try to be as energy efficient as possible. We have 2 Enhance Hammers for the same reasons earlier mentioned. Escape Rope because we have heavy Pokemon. We need to have the flexibility of retreating and things like that. We have Level Ball here for the little Pokemon. Sacred Ash because we're going to need to bring some Pokemon back into our deck. We have Switch as well because, again, Wailord is huge, and sometimes you don't have the luxury of playing that energy for the Fairy Garden. We have energy, the Trainer's Mail here, and Ultra Ball, as well as 4 VS Seekers. Onto the support line, we have 1 Lysander, 1 Pokemon Center Lady, 1 Pokemon Fan Club, 1... Oh, wait, how many of these? 3 Professor Birches, 2 Sycamores, 2 Shaunas, and 1 Team Flare Grunt, and 1 Wally. So Wally's going to be key. I may want to play more. You may want to play more as well, but the idea is that you don't want to play Cottony right away. More often than not, you don't want to play Cottony right away. Sometimes you do. If you feel pretty safe, you can do it, but most times Cottony is going to get sniped or just targeted by Lysander or even Pokemon Catcher perhaps. And so you want to play Cottony when you really in an opportune time. So you play Cottony, play Wally, get Whimsicott out, drop down that energy, play a switch or whatever, or have an energy already on the Wailord, and then use the not Float Stone, but retreat him back with Fairy Garden. And then we have the Zero Sick here, 3 Fairy Gardens, Hard Charms. Could work for both the Wailord and the Cottony or Whimsicott to reduce damage. Weakness policy here, it's going to be mostly for the Wailord in case we run into grass Pokemon, since Wailord is grass weak. And then that's about it. We have the only 5 Fairy energies, so we're trying to be pretty energy efficient. And that's going to be the bulk of the deck. Again, you have to be pretty patient here. A lot of times you're going to be sitting on your hand. You're going to play Cottony only when you can, right? Only when you can, or typically, more often than not. And then you play Wally, play an energy right away, and then you can switch out the Wailord that has damage on it, or something like that. And that way, your Cottony and Whimsicott isn't targeted all the time, getting by Lysander or by Escape Rope or other things like that. Not really Escape Rope, but plenty of other abilities out there that can get rid of Whimsicott. So that's it for the deck analysis. Let's go ahead and see this deck in action on Pokemon TCG Online. Alright, we're playing against Kirlia Blues. My opponent is playing a variety of different things. Maybe it's some kind of toolbox deck, but we will get to go first. That's okay with me. Oh, it is a Dugtrio deck. Oh, man. Oh, that's not good. Here's Jolteon. All right. So, on a side note, we are weak to metal, and you know, I mean, the Wailord is weak to grass, so we may be able to avoid those things. And we do get to draw into a number of different cards. I'll play that right there. I'm actually going to Battle Compress, and I don't want to play the Professor Birch's Observation. I have a feeling that I'm going to get Tails. So let's just go ahead. We're going to get rid of Wally. We're going to get rid of, maybe not Lysander. Let's get rid of the Shauna, as well as we will get rid of the, let's see, maybe the Zerlsick? Maybe not. Alright, we'll get rid of Zerlsick. There we go. Okay, and let's be a Seeker for the Shauna right here. I don't want to go with the Birch. I don't want to take that risk. And, are you kidding me? Oh, man. At the very least, this Hawlucha can't attack us, and this Diglett won't be able to evolve right away unless my opponent plays a Wally. But I'll take my chances right there. Oh, never mind. Thank goodness opponent does not play Wally. We see a Pokemon fan club instead. We may be seeing more Digletts and an Eevee right there. That's good news for us. I don't mind seeing those Digletts at all. And here is a strong energy. So we gotta wait and see. We do get a Shaman right here. Oh, perfect. We might as well play these right there. And I'm gonna play this right here as well. Let's play the Shaman. We do get a Crushing Hammer. That was Tails. We do get that right there as well. I'm gonna hang on to that Shaman. And are you kidding me? That's just sad. We'll get rid of this. I want the Wailord. I definitely want the Wailord, and I want the Wailord to have an energy in the next turn. So we'll burn one energy for now. I want to play the energy on the Wailord in the next turn, and then play the Via Seeker probably for the Shauna again. And now I regret I should have discarded a Sycamore. You never know when that Sycamore comes in handy. Again, my opponent can still retreat or can hit us for 100 damage right now. My opponent can play a Strong Energy, Fighting Stadium, Muscle Band, hit us for 100 damage for a Flying Press on the Wailord EX. Again, we will survive the turn. He can actually hit us twice and we will survive the turn, but the Dugtrio here with Earthquake could be pretty devastating, hitting us for 60. With this Strong Energy, it can hit us for 80, plus a Muscle Band can hit us for 100 as well. So there's that, as you know, and we can see Fighting Stadium there. And my opponent plays a Shaman EX, drawing us more cards. So we got Whimsicott here, only one ready to go, no energy on this one, but we have one with energy over here on this continuity. So my opponent right now has to choose, if he wants to Lysander out one of these guys, he has to choose one or the other, the evolved one or the one with the energy. Which one's more threatening for my opponent? We have to split it up that way, so my opponent has to make those kind of decisions if he has a Lysander. If he doesn't, then hey, we don't have to deal with that. But we see my opponent play a Via Seeker, probably going for the Sycamore, and we'll discard 2 cards, drawing into 7 more cards. What are the 2 cards? Oh my goodness, my opponent discarded a Strong Energy. Wow. I guess my opponent didn't really see too much value in that Strong Energy. I would not have done that. Maybe I would have. I don't know. Maybe I would have. But hey, we do get another Shaman here. Might as well. We do get another Crushing Hammer. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. What do we get? We got an Escape Rope. I don't exactly need that right now. But let's go for the Professor Birch's Observation. Yes, we do flip heads, and yes, we do discard that as well. So yeah, we'll slow down my opponent a little bit more, and that's about it. We can evolve if we wanted to, but I'm not going to do that right now. I don't think it's going to be too necessary. So this Wailord needs to take some hits for us, that's for sure. Oh, my opponent brings out the Shaman EX. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Now, 1 energy is already in this card pile. We do have an energy retrieval. Here comes the Dugtrio. Here is the last Strong Energy. So we don't have to worry about that anymore. My opponent does hit us for 140 because of the weakness. And that does knock out our Shaman EX. We have one more Shaman here, which is definitely a target. Yeah, so we do get this energy right there. Might as well play that. Man, now I probably shouldn't have played the Shaman EX. I totally regret playing that guy now. Let's go with the Professor Birch's Observation. We flip Tails, but that's okay. And we do get a switch right here. I will end the turn. Now my opponent can play another Via Seeker, Lysander, bring out the Shaman EX, and that'll be about it. So these Shaman EX really working against us right now because of the weakness with the Jolteon right there. Unless my opponent can attack the Wailord right here, I'll definitely appreciate that. Here's a Trainer's Mail. We can see a Via Seeker right there. Thank goodness we only played 2 Shaman EXs. Here's an Acrobike as well. We see Lysander right there in the discard pile that could still get picked up by a Via Seeker. And the Acrobike drawing my opponent 1 more card. We see another Trainer's Mail. Could get another Via Seeker right there. Here's an Ultra Ball instead. Only 2 Via Seekers were played. Unless the other 2 are prized, we may be able to luck out right now with a VS Seeker this turn. And an Ultra Ball discarding 2 EVs. I guess that's not really necessary. My opponent may be going for another Diglett. There it is. And we can see another Dugtrio in the next turn from my opponent. And looks like another Earthquake here, hitting a 60 all around, will be the plan for my opponent. And yeah, I mean, hitting us for 80, really. If only my opponent played a Muscle If he played him, oh, thank goodness. All right, so right here, we're going to have an opportunity to knock out this Dugtrio. It's going to be a little bit of a risky move, but we're going to have to go for it. Let's see, this Shaman EX is at 100, but, you know, my opponent's already lost a lot of energies, 3 strong energies and 1 basic energies. We see a switch into the Jolteon. My opponent opted not to attack. I wonder why. And here's the Hawlucha instead. So we could see a... Oh, never mind. That's all we see. Very interesting. Alright, so we, on the other hand, are not going to do anything here. We could play the Zero Sick, which I will. I'm going to play the Zero Sick right now. And just get rid of that. Alright, perfect. We got rid of all her strong energies. His, her, this person, my opponent. All the strong energies are gone, and there's no way to get them back. So here it is. My opponent Lysanders out this Shaman, and here is another Dugtrio. We could see a basic energy drop right now. And there it is. There is the basic energy. That would be a knockout on the Shaman. My opponent taking 2 more prizes, hitting for 180. So my opponent's hitting for 90 damage right now, which is pretty good. You know, we'll go ahead. We'll promote the Wailord EX. Force my opponent to start hitting the Wailord EX, and hopefully my opponent does not have any more Lysanders right now. I will end the turn. If my opponent can knock out the Wailord EX, that would be very, very nice. Here is a level ball, probably going for another Dugtrio. And again, that Jolteon here really hurting us. My opponent taking 4 prizes off of 2 Shamans right there. Probably shouldn't bench those Shamans at all. I don't think I should have done that, but that's a little too late. It is what it is. It's happened, and what's happened has happened. We could make a comeback here. My opponent's definitely running out of resources here. Already lost all strong energies and 1 regular fighting energy in the discard pile already. 1 of the energies right there. My opponent opts not to attack, and that's about it. I mean, very interesting. Looks like my opponent's going to probably opt to just see if he can get more VS Seekers and Lysander out the Whimsicotts. That's going to be the plan right now. But hopefully the other VS Seekers are prized. That would be pretty funny. And I will just pass the turn as well. My opponent has only 12 cards. We have 17. And does my opponent attack the Wailord? No attack happens here. We will just pass the turn. We're each going to pass the turn until something happens. But for now, unless my opponent plans the deck out before we do, we'll have to wait and see. So we will just continue to pass the turn, and pass the turn. Does my opponent want to attack? And nope. Unless the Lysanders are prized or VS Seekers are prized, this could be it for the game. We could just end up keep passing and just passing the turn over and over again. My opponent may have ran out of energies as well. So that's going to be very devastating for my opponent. You know, do we have any more? What just happened? Oh, my opponent evolved the Dugtrio. Oh my goodness. And let's see here. I will pass the turn once again. You know, let's see. Too bad we don't have Team Flare Grunt right now. That'd be pretty nice. Let's see here. We got an escape rope which we can play, but I will just pass turn. Wow, oh my goodness, both of us having a huge hand size. Talk about machine gun stomp. My opponent will play the VS Seeker for the Lysander here, and probably will take out one of these Whimsicotts, but that wouldn't really matter. Now, again, how many VS Seekers does my opponent play, and how many Lysanders does my opponent play? Maybe only 1 Lysander, and maybe 3 VS Seekers, unless my opponent plays 4 VS Seekers. Here comes the Cottony. Alright, so there it is. I'm going to have to promote this... Maybe, I can see, maybe the Shaman EX. I don't know. Yeah, or not promote, but Lysander out the Shaman EX. Something. Yeah, maybe the Shaman EX. Force my opponent to play an energy right here. So there's that. And that's it. I will end the turn. And yeah, that'll be it. Alright, so I don't know. Maybe my opponent's gonna play an energy drop, burn energy. Oh, there's an energy right there, and we'll bring out the Dugtrio. Okay, so let's go ahead. We will Lysander out something else then. Let's just Lysander out this Dugtrio, and again, my opponent can retreat. So we'll bring out. Let's see if my opponent can burn more energies. I don't want to see my opponent. Let's see. 1, 2, 3 energies right there. Four basic energies so far, and that's it. My opponent passes the turn. We might be able to get away with this one without ever attacking. That's incredible. Those shamans is what killed us. Alright, so here it is. My opponent will end up perhaps decking out unless my opponent plays a Professor Birch's Observation. Which, you know, I can see happening. That'll be funny if the last card here was a VS Seeker. Unless my opponent, the last card, oh, Sacred Ash, Eevee, Flareon, stuff like that. How lovely. Alright, and, alright, we will just pass turn. And, maybe, I don't know, maybe my opponent will deck out before we do. What an interesting match. I mean, you can find different ways to win right here. Definitely different ways to win. And even if you never attack at all, Wailord can still do that for you. Here is a Muscle Band. And, okay, so we get hit for 100. Okay. So, you know, I don't exactly want to attack right now. Alright, so we know for sure my opponent doesn't have any more energy. I don't think my opponent has any more energies. We will just go ahead. We'll Lysander out this Doug Trio. And maybe, I don't know. Do we want to switch? Yeah, even if my opponent... No, my opponent won't be able to knock us out with anything, really. So we're just going to end the turn right here. Oh, man. Wow, ridiculous. 1, 2, 3, 4. My opponent plays a switch right here. Could potentially knock out this Wailord. We are at... Oh, man. Okay. All right. Well, that's interesting. Well, I'm actually going to switch. We'll switch into this Wailord here, and we'll even get rid of that energy. Perfect! Ha! All right, and we'll end the turn. And this Wailord will stand here, stand tall as a wall for us. My opponent chose the wrong Doug Trio, and that's it. My opponent concedes. We were able to pull off a victory. Oh my goodness, denying my opponent from that last prize. I will take that win any day. Of course, we should not have played that Shaman, but because we played those two Shamans, it allowed us to make this match a little bit more climactic, a little bit more dramatic, and that was kind of fun. I mean, that was kind of silly. Nothing happened. Oh my goodness, we played all 5 of our energies. Well, actually, I think I did an energy retrieval, so we have no idea what our prizes were. I mean, we probably should have known because we've seen basically everything in our deck, but oh my goodness, that was such a silly game. Wow, 12 minutes plus, over 12 minutes, 22 turns. Oh my goodness, man. How many turns have you guys played so far in a single game? What's the most turns you guys had? Let me know in the comments below. Oh, okay, we're going to have to play another match here. This one was just an absolutely silly match, but we were able to squeeze out a win. Classic Wailord win, man. Telling you, this is the classic Wailord style. Wailord goes out in style in this match. Let's go ahead and play one more match here on Pokemon TCG Online. Alright, we're going to be playing against Kakadara 8. My opponent is playing a dark deck. We even see the Evital sleeves over there. And it looks like we even see the Evital coin. Yeah, okay, alright. So it looks like we will get to go first. I definitely appreciate that for sure. We see DCE as well as a bunch of Darkness energies, and that's all we see. We see Silent Lab and Potion, Roller Skates in there as well. We even see Sparkling Robe and a lot of healing things right there. I want to start off with the Wailord. We get to draw a number of times. That is amazing. Alright, so we're going to go ahead, start off with this Cottony. Just play it here for now. Sure, why not? And you know what? We're going to end the turn just like that. I want to evolve in the next turn, have a Whimsicott on the bench and ready to go. Gotta wait and see. This my opponent. My opponent should be able to knock out the Cottony by any means, but he does play a Silent Lab. That's going to shut off our not Skyla. What am I talking about? Our Sky Returning Shaman. That's for sure. Okay, so let's go with the Professor Birch's Observation. Thank goodness we flipped heads. Let's go ahead and play the Crushing Hammer. That failed. We're going to go ahead and grab another Wailord off of this, and then we can go and counter this stadium. We have the free retreat available to us. We will end the turn. Got to wait and see. Does my opponent play a DCE? Does my opponent play another Darkness Energy? Do we start getting attacked right now? We see a Tierno as well as another energy drop, so that's going to start hitting the Wailord, and we should see 80 damage right there, no sweat. We are in, yeah, We're no worries, no problem here, guys, no problem. Another Professor Birch's observation, and let's see here. We have a couple things available to us. We do get a Heart Charm, which I don't actually want to play. We'll just hang on to the Pokemon Center lady. And I could play the Heart Charm, but I actually want more damage on this Wailord right now. I wouldn't mind having a Heart Charm on the Whimsicott, so I might do that as well. Could do that in the next turn. Now my opponent can still, let's see here, hit this guy. So this is going to do, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 100 damage. Perfect. Alrighty then. Let's go with this right here, and we shall retreat. And this is going to be GG, Windy Mischief. And look at that, hitting the Yveltal, 180, one shot. Goodbye, Yveltal. And alright, so... I don't know. I don't think my opponent knew what he was up against, and just thought maybe I hit this Wailord enough, he's gonna go down. I'm gonna hit the next Wailord enough, and he's gonna go down, and I'll just take the win. Maybe that's what my opponent was thinking, but regardless, we were able to take the win. And okay, so Whimsicott got to see a little bit of showcasing right there. Of course, that's not worthy of enough matches. All right, let's do another match here. Alright, we're going to be up against a Bolgan deck, fighting deck played by Bolgan, that's what I meant to say. We will end up going first. That is great. That way we can evolve first. Not that we really need to evolve first. We're going to start off with the Wailord right here, and I think I'm just going to be content with passing the turn, letting the Wailord take some hits for us early in the game, and maybe at some point we can draw into a Wally. That would be really good. And then we can play the level ball and go on our merry way. Now, we see right here my opponent has a Regirock. That's kind of interesting, and as well as a Machop. So we're just going to end the turn. No need to play level ball. No need to be in any urgency to get anything out. We don't want to get our Cottony Lysander out and then knocked out or something like that. And oh, here is a Lucario. Thank goodness. We could have saw in the next turn, turn 2 for my opponent, something like Lysander. If we had the Whimsicott out there, oh my goodness, we even see a switch right here. My opponent's going to go out aggressive right now, hitting the Wailord over and over again. And that's not so bad. I don't mind that at all. As soon as we can get a Wally, or maybe a Battle Compressor and VS Secret, that'd be great. Alright, so we will end the turn, and I really don't think my opponent's going to be able to knock us out by any means. At least none that I can see. We see another Karina. My opponent can get a Rare Candy and Machamp right here. That's going to boost the Missile Jab. Perhaps my opponent can even go for a Corkscrew Smash. We could see something like Strong Energy, Fighting Stadium, and Muscle Band right now. And that's going to be an additional 80 damage on top of that 60 because of the Machamp as well. So we have yet to see the special energies nor the Tool or Stadium. But, oh, never mind, no special energy, just the regular energy. We do get hit for 80, though. My opponent does draw into some more cards. Now, we have to be very, very, very careful right now. Very careful. I can't emphasize how careful we need to be because... now, if my opponent gets a Muscle Band, and assuming my opponent gets, like, I don't know, in the next turn, perhaps a Sycamore, Shauna, something like that, we could see Strong Energy, Muscle Band, Fighting Stadium, and then that means this Somersault Kick will do 160. That will knock out the Wailord. So I'm just going to bench this one just in case, and I'm going to end the turn. Alright, in case this one gets knocked out, we're going to go with this. Alright, so here we go. We see a Professor's Letter. Okay, so we're not going to see a Strong Energy, but we can still see a Muscle Band. Ooh, we see a Steven right here. Full Art Steven. Again, yeah, here is a Karina, Full Art Karina right there, as well as a basic Fighting Energy. And we have yet to see the Stadium as well as a Muscle Band. So, right now, it's pretty crucial. Assuming in the next turn, I don't think my opponent has a Lysander. Assuming my opponent's going to play a Karina in the next turn, we will probably take it slow. We're going to play the Cottony right now, play the Energy. Oh my goodness. Okay, so here we go. We're going to have to retreat. Bring out the Cottony right here. Here comes the Cottony. Here comes the Stadium. Here comes this right here. We shall retreat, and I'm going to end the turn. Now, I actually don't want to play the Shaman because Shaman's going to be an easy target for the Lucario. All my opponent needs is a Muscle Band and a Somersault Kick. We'll knock out the Shaman EX. Actually, no, my opponent has the Machamp over here, so that's going to do 120 anyways. And, yeah, so that Shaman EX, we do have fighting resistance, but again, it's too much of a risk. There's a Muscle Band right there. That could be an easy target, easy one shot. My opponent might be live standing out. Oh no, we see a crushing hammer. I wonder why, you know. Oh well. So as of right now, this is going to be a little bit tricky. Wow, this Wailord takes a huge hit for us, and for sure, I'm just going to go for the Sycamore, and let's go for the Trainer's Mail. We don't actually get something that we really need. I'm going to go for this. Let's go for the Crushing Hammer. We get tailed. Let's go for this again. Oh, we get a Wally. That's kind of nice. Not that we need a Wally right now. I'm going to go for the Sycamore, though. And, Oh, okay. All right. So this Wailord's going to go down. I'm going to undo that, actually. Let's see. How patient do I want to be? That's the real question. And I'm going to go with this right here. And yeah, we will end the turn. So if my opponent counters the stadium, we have at least a Fairy Garden right here. I really need to get a switch. If we can get a switch off the Sycamore, that'd be great. Now we have 2 Wailord EXs ready to go. Get it? They're basically powered up. We should be able to knock out this Lucario EX in one hit. Probably not with this one, because this one, I think, yeah, it's 140. So we would be able to not knock out this Machamp. That's a little bit of a bummer. My opponent played a... Ooh, this Machamp here gets a strong energy. I was waiting for that strong energy. Here's another rare candy. Here's another Machamp. My goodness. This is going to be very problematic. Now, we did get rid of that Sacred Ash, I think. Yeah, there it is. There's a Sacred Ash. That Sacred Ash is gone. So what we're going to do... I want to pull off an attack at some point, so we're going to have to dig deep here. I'm going to play the Shaman. I want to get an opportunity to, at the very least, draw into that switch. Trainer's Mail, do we get the switch? No, we don't. I don't want anything. Alright, so let's go with this. We did flip something. Let's get rid of that. And I'm going to go for the first burst observation. We flip tails. And, oh no. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I should have got the energy on. Oh, man. All right, we'll end the turn right there. I should be able to knock out this Lucario in one hit. So there goes our Wailord. My opponent's going to take 2 prizes. We're going to promote this Whimsicott. Man, where was that switch? I really need... Oh, whoa, there's the escape rope. Not that I really need that now. Oh, no. Okay, well, we'll play another Wailord. I think I'm going to need one of these. And that's about it. Let's go with the... okay, so what I really need is... I do need another Cottony. Alright, so I need to get this one powered up and ready to go at some point. So let's go with this. And we'll pick this guy here. Hit him for 230 damage. We got another Wailord already and powered up. Well, this one's powered up. This one's healed up. That's what I meant to say. So this Machamp shouldn't be able to take us down. But we need to retreat. We need to retreat into probably a Wailord or something like that. And hopefully we can evolve this Cottony as well. Oh no, my opponent... Oh man, we got rid of our escape rope too. Shucks. It's a bit of a bummer. Now this Halucha right here... we'll be able to... We can knock him out, but... Alright, so here we go. Oh, hey, here's the switch. Not that we need it anymore. I need an energy card. Okay, here we go. We got at least an energy. That's really good. How nice is that? That's great. Alright, let's go with this right here. And boom, knocking out that Halucha. We have this energy left right here. And again, we do have one more Whimsicott in the deck. And what we really need is to get this Wailord EX on the bench to take some more hits for us. Now, my opponent promoted the Regirock. This Regirock's not going to be able to knock this out by any means. It needs 2 energies. We're going to see, unless my opponent gets a switch or something like that, can switch the Regirock into the Machamp. But never mind, that's it. My opponent concedes the match. And the Whimsicott is just too much for my opponent to handle. And that Whimsicott here with the Wailord wall working out pretty well, taken down in 9 turns. My opponent conceded the match. We don't have an MVP, but we all know it should be Whimsicott. And alrighty then, let's go ahead and play one more match here on Pokemon TCG Online. Alright, we're playing against Edmund Giba, and it's a Metal and Darkness deck. So, we are weak to Metal, that's for sure. We're going to start off with going first. That's great. That way we can set up first. We see a Wailord EX available to us right here, and we're just going to stop right there. I'm not going to play the Cottony. Cottony's always a target of getting sniped. So, we're going to end the turn. We're just going to keep this Wailord EX out here, and yeah, try to... take as many hits as we can. My opponent plays a Metal Energy onto the Yveltal. And let's just slow my opponent down a little bit. Nope, never mind. That didn't work. And that's it. We'll just pass the turn. And gotta wait and see. Does my opponent play a Darkness Energy, start hitting us for 60 damage? And never mind, my opponent could still play a Muscle Band as well. So we'll just pass the turn and wait until we get a Wally. And when we do, yeah, we can probably try something else. Or even better yet, if we can get a Battle Compressor, we can discard the Wally. But it doesn't look like my opponent's going to be attacking anytime soon. And, oh, there it is. There is a Darkness Energy. We are on our way. There's a Muscle Band as well. There we go. 3 more turns. Do we get... man, let's just slow my opponent down. Oh, dang it. Okay, so we will end the turn right here. No need to be concerned of getting knocked out as of yet, unless we see a DCE. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, okay, we get hit for another 80 damage, and we do get a Cottony. But you know what? We're just gonna heal off a little bit. Okay, so right here, my opponent can hit us with the DCE. My opponent can hit us for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 120. We will survive the turn. So, all right, we're crossing our fingers here. Even with the DCE, we should be able to survive. Oh, never mind. Okay, we. Oh, man, are you kidding me? Now, we can heal 60 damage off. My opponent will be able to knock us out with another energy drop. So we're going to have to switch this guy out. And let's go with that right there. And we shall end the turn. No energies, no Wally. Oh, man. The moment I play this Cottony, I think my opponent's going to be able to Lysander it out. So we got to wait and see if my opponent does that or not. My opponent will play a Professor's Letter here. And if anything, we can let more Wailords get attacked, and that's not a problem here. So this Wailord hits for 120, and we do get a Fairy Garden. Alright, so here is another Wailord. We'll just play this Wailord right here. And, okay, do we play the switch? That is the question. Or do we let this Wailord get hit for another 120? Does my opponent have more energies? Yes, he does. And we'll just switch this out, trying to preserve this Wailord as much as we can. And there we go. Okay. So we really need to get an energy. Yeah, let's just play that right there. I'm going to discard these. Let's get the Shaman EX, drawing us some more cards. We absolutely need an energy drop right here. And no, we missed out on the energy drops. I'm going to play the Shaman, or the Shauna. Oh, no energy drops whatsoever. Oh, hey, there you are, Wally. There, okay. Let's go with this. Maybe we can try to slow my opponent down a little bit. Let's get rid of that. And I'm going to play another Cottony in case my opponent does Lysander out. One of these Cottonies, I'll at least have one to evolve into, and that's going to be the plan. So we really needed that energy drop, but we missed it. We absolutely missed it. We have yet to see any energies come across, and that's pretty disappointing. Now my opponent right here can still play a DCE. I'm still expecting to see a DCE. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hits us for 140. Currently right now, without any energies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Any additional energy drops, that is. My opponent can hit us for 100 damage. And there is another energy. We'll be getting hit for 120. And, oh my goodness, in the next turn, my opponent should be able to knock us out. But hey, wait, we got this right there. We'll evolve this right here as well. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to go for this Shauna. We need to get an energy drop for sure. Wait a second. We'll get this energy drop right there. All right, and we will end the turn. Now my opponent has to choose. Is he going to play some bench Pokemon? I have a Whimsicott here ready to go. If he does Lysander out this Whimsicott, I'm going to evolve this one, play an energy, and knock out this Yveltal. My opponent absolutely will need another Pokemon on the bench. And I guess he thought he could get away with just knocking out Wailord EXs all day. Nope, no sir. Oh my goodness, we see a Crushing Hammer. Thank goodness that was the Tails. Oh, gotta wait and see what does my opponent do. Hopefully my opponent doesn't have any more Crushing Hammers, and we get hit for 100 damage. And that's gonna be it. We will retreat. It's gonna be GG, and might as well evolve right here. Let's go for this, and no matter, we could have picked either or. And that's it, hitting that Yveltal. My opponent didn't bench anything else. Oh my goodness. So there you have it, folks. I don't know. Do we want to play another one? I already played a bunch of matches for you, or a handful of matches for you guys. And right there, guys, right there. No MVP, but we all know Whimsicott was the MVP. Wailord is, you know, the sidekick, that's for sure, taking all those hits, but it's Whimsicott that gets the job done. And again, the real strategy here is to be patient and try to wait until you get Wally. You don't want to have Whimsicott gets you know, lie-standed out and get taken out. And you got to be pretty strategic when you need to play Whimsicott, or play that Contini and then evolve into Whimsicott. So those are kind of my suggestions right there. But otherwise, you know, this deck, I mean, yeah, if you can get Wailord set up and get a lot of damage on Wailord, you could pull it off. But you know, it's just more for fun factor. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys do, if you guys did, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button below this video. And if you're a returning subscriber, thanks so much for watching and being a part of this channel, being a part of this journey. Take care. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.